in geometry in general, especially college geometry, geometry 1, that kind of stuff, it's always good to just draw what you see listed here. So here it says we've got the area of triangle ABC, given that angle C is 90, BC is 9, and AB is 12. Well, that immediately tells us that we can use a right triangle because it's in the measure of angle C is 90. I'm sorry, it's kind of late. Do my best here. So that means that we know angle C is the 90-degree angle in this right triangle because that's what they told us. So I just draw that there. And then now, does it matter whether we have ABC or ABC? It doesn't matter. And if it did matter, they would give us more information. But right now, they've just given us that. So we know that it must follow ABC, but it's just a triangle. It doesn't matter which one is where. So I'm just going to put the A at the top and the B right here and the C right there. So then we've got BC is 9. So I'm going to stick a 9 right here. And AB is 12. We're going to put 12 right there. All right, so now we see what we've got here is we've got the hypotenuse, and we have one leg of a right triangle. And if you remember what area is, that is half times the base times the height. And because this is a right triangle, the base is going to be this right here, which is 9. And the height is going to be this side because this is a perpendicular line coming up off this. Because it's 90 degrees, we know it's perpendicular. So we know that's going to be the height. So then we know what we need to find here. We just need to find the height of this triangle, and then we can plug it in here, and that'll give us the area of the triangle. So how can we find the third side of a triangle if it's a right triangle and we have two sides? Pythagoras is the key. So the small side, which we're going to call x here, we don't know if it's a small side or the long side. Doesn't matter. So one side squared plus another side squared equals the hypotenuse squared. Squared, squared, squared. All right. So here we don't know what x is. So x is just going to say x squared. But we do know what these other two sides are. So we can go ahead and put those in. Plus 9 squared equals 12 squared. So if you look here, that's going to be x, and I'm just going to write it as this because I'm impatient tonight because I'm tired. Plus 81 equals 144. 9 times 9 is 81. 12 times 12 is 144. So then we'd have here x squared. Well, subtract 81 from both sides. And we'll have x squared equals, so we take away 4 from the 1, that's 3. 14 from 8 from 14, that's a 6, so 63. So then now we've got x squared equals 63. If you remember your algebra from long ago, you need to square root both sides to get rid of that square on the x. So x squared is x. The square root of 63, we can't figure that out. We have to do prime factoring, which if I talk about that, we're going to run out of time on this video. So if you want to know how to do that, talk to me. But by doing square factoring, we'll end up with 3 times the square root of 7. And that is going to give us that x leg, this side of the triangle. So then all we need to do is we need to plug in that 3 times the square root of 7 right here. And that's going to give us 3 times square root of 7 times 9 times a half, which if you put all that in your calculator, you're going to end up with around 35 as your answer. And you've got 54 here. I'm hoping that's your answer because that's definitely not the right answer. So then none of the above would be the right answer. These answers are way too huge. All right. If you have any other questions, send me a message. We can set up a session. I am available for the next 30 minutes or so. Thank you.